Our Coach's Corner with Coach Adam Fossett, presented by the B.B. Comer Alumni Association. And Coach, good morning. I know I talked with Randy Kane yesterday, who's going to be on tomorrow morning, and they've got a big pep rally tomorrow and Tiger Walk and all that kind of stuff planned. So exciting time for the B.B. Comer Tiger faithful.
Yeah, it is. It's time to kick it off again, time to get going again, and it seems like we just left it. So looking forward to getting started, looking forward to seeing where this year's team goes and how we progress in the season and improve, hopefully, as we move along.
Some people might ask, are you concerned about a letdown? You made the finals last year. Are you concerned about a letdown from this team at some point?
I don't know if letdown is the terms, but I'm concerned about the identity of the team. You know, what is our identity? What is this senior group's identity going to be? And where does this senior group take us?
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about a group of guys that have been under us for 6 years now and came up through the junior high JV levels with us, and you know, they're truly veterans of the program.
Mm-hmm.
So where they take us and the identity that we gain over the next couple of weeks is going to be important to where we end up late in the season.
You played a Jamboree game last week and traveled up to Cordova. What did you learn from your club after that game?
You know, saw some bright spots, saw some things that we really liked, saw some room for improvement. We've got to get better on the interior offensive, defensive lines. We've got to do a better job there. We've got to find some depth there. We've got to find some young guys that want to step up and get some meaningful snaps. Because we're going to have some guys get some breaks along the way. So, you know, there's some question marks there. There's some guys that we're looking at to move around and possibly make a few changes there. And then the young guys, you know, we've got to have some guys. Christian Jimison's a young kid that's starting for us and playing a ton for us and played well late in the game. He gives up a touchdown, but he's in good coverage, mistimes it. Looks like there's a little bit of a push off there. And, you know, so you got to build that kid back up and get him ready for this week. So he didn't do anything wrong. He was doing a good job, you know, doing his job, but gives up a big play. So kids like that, you got to build them up. They're young. Yeah. They're still learning, but you know, there's other kids that you've got to depend on. Angel Ruiz and Judson Murray are two guys. They're seniors that they took a year or two off and then have come back and played. But they've shown great improvement and they've been able to play for us. So they're going to help us out on that D-line some and give our guys some breaks so we can rotate some guys in and out. Talk
a little bit about this senior group. You've got a pretty good number of seniors this year.
Yeah, 12 seniors, large group. You know, you're talking about a group that has stayed together.
Yeah.
So most of those guys have been through all 4 years of high school, been through the JV program with us, and that's important to go through the program together. And you know, they're the largest group that we have as far as by class until you get down to our 7th grade group now. So it's interesting to see. The larger groups, as they stay together and develop, they tend to be more successful. And you know, you look at that young 7th grade group now. If they'll stay together and stay the course, that's that next special group to come through. And there's about, man, I think there's 16 or 18 of them. So, but yeah, the current senior group, a lot of different personalities in that group, a lot of different characters in that group, and they barely remember the darker days, I guess.
Yeah.
So they remember the better days. They remember obviously last year and the year before, and so they remember the successes more so than the failures. And sometimes you have to remind them that you know, this didn't just happen. This wasn't an overnight thing, and that success doesn't come easy. that you have to work for it, and you kind of have to remind them of that sometimes. And
4 or 5 of these seniors, you know, they're going to be able to play at another level a little bit later on too.
Yeah, definitely. We've got quite a few that can play at the next level. Obviously, Kamor Harris is verbally committed to Memphis. Chris Wilson and Devin Harvey have some options and are garnering a lot of interest. You know, waiting on somebody to extend an offer to them. Somebody's going to get a steal on those 2 guys when they do extend an offer to them. And we have a few other guys that can play some small college football, depending on their interest level. You know, you're looking for those interior guys, like Alex Cunningham. If he has a good year, he could probably garner some interest from some small schools. And then we've got a couple of juniors as well, Raylon Sims and Richard Weed too, that really good athletes that go good with that senior group as far as talent and next level talent.
You lost some key interior linemen off last year's team that were excellent football players.
Yeah, Zach and Brandon were, you know, they were some of the better linemen that I've been able to coach, and seeing them go through, I remember them as 8th graders being, you know, out there lost and trying to figure out, find their way, you know, and as seniors, they're team leaders, really, really good on both sides of the ball. Really, you know, part of our success last season. So filling those spots is going to be tough. And right now, Ian Denny and Seth Barnett are playing guard and tackle for us, and we've got a couple guys that we've been trying to rotate in and out, and we're trying to find the best fit right there, and we got to find it quick.
Yeah. Speaking of quick, tomorrow night against the Dadeville Tigers here at Legion Stadium, a team that didn't treat you too well last year.
Yeah, Dadeville is Dadeville. Like, you know, I've been asked a lot about, you know, what are you going to get? What are you going to see? You're going to see a physical team. You're going to see a well-coached team. You're going to see 2 tights. You're going to see power eye. You're going to see some eye, and they're going to run right at you. So they may try and slip a tight end out every once in a while on a flood or a waggle or something like that. But other than that, they're going to run the ball. And we've got to match them physically up front to have a chance. And we've got to maintain the ball. We've got to make sure that we handle our business offensively and move the ball and put points on the board.
Dadeville, predominantly solid football team for years, and you talked about them like to run the football, and it's up to your defense to stop them.
Yeah, defensively we got to get stops. We've got to maintain our gaps. We got to make sure that we're not getting the double teams. We've got to make sure we maintain double teams and kind of blow that up and free up our linebackers to make plays. And our linebackers can't get covered up. They've got to be able to move and make plays and fill gaps.
The heat has been brutal the last 2 months. How has it affected your team and your preparation for the season?
I'll tell you, it has been brutal. We really push hydrating. We really push the getting the electrolytes in you, and after practices, most of our older guys, it's mandatory that they ice. So it's kind of a unique situation, but we have large trash cans set up in front of the field house full of ice and water, and they hop in there in 5-6 minutes, and they hop out, and the next guy hops in. But we do get them ice. We cool that body temperature and get ice on their lower extremities just to loosen them up a little bit and help them out. But we have a large refrigerator in the field house full of waters, and they get waters every day. We've got guys that are carrying gallon jugs of water around, so getting plenty of fluids. We're fortunate. I guess fortunate is the word, but we practice in the outfield of the baseball field, and at about 4 o'clock we have pretty much full shade on our practice area. So that does help us a little bit, just with the temperatures. We practiced at the stadium yesterday just to be on the turf and feel the turf, and there is a little bit added heat with the turf. So you kind of feel that a little bit, but I think once it's going to be hot, obviously, but once the sun's not beating directly down on you Friday night and the lights come on and it's game time, I think the emotions and the energy kind of overcome, and you go out and play ball.
The Alabama High School Athletic Association has given some leeway to the officials. If they need more heat timeouts, they can have them.
Yeah, I've talked to our officials association, and they've talked about extra heat timeouts, doubling the time of timeouts. So if I call a timeout, they'll give us twice as much time as normal, and just keeping them, kind of keeping them hydrated, giving them breaks, getting those helmets off, and letting them breathe a little bit. We utilize ice towels, so we'll get ice towels and put on their necks during those breaks and try and cool them off. And the big thing is, and it's hard to explain to teenagers, is the last thing you want to do is soak yourself with water, because it gets in your pads, and it ends up just weighing you down. And then that water also just gets hot, it gets hot because your body temperature's hot. So you have to kind of educate them and teach them. A lot of our guys want to go shirtless at practice. I'm like, you're not able to soak up any of your sweat to cool you off. Myself and pretty much most of my coaching staff, we wear long sleeves to practice all the time, and they tell us how crazy we are. Well, I'm a lot cooler in long sleeves than I am in short sleeves, because I'm able to hold that sweat in and keep my body cool. So, but just trying to educate them and keep them healthy and keep them safe is key. And we will do that on Friday as well. If I feel if the officials aren't going to warrant a heat timeout and I feel like we need one, I'll utilize a timeout just to give us a break if I have to.
Yeah. Not only the head football coach, but the athletic director at BB Comer. There's a lot of fall sports going on too.
Yeah, volleyball's kicking off and getting ready. They start next week. They've worked hard all summer and they lost a lot of seniors, so they've got a new look team. They've got a young team coming up and put in a lot of time this summer to work hard. And our cheer program is up and running strong, and our varsity cheer group is probably one of the bigger groups that we've had. I think we have 18 varsity cheerleaders this year, so it should be loud on the sidelines for us.
Yeah.
And going, and I know Dan Seaborn that handles all our band program stuff, and I want to say he told me he has 70 plus kids. So you look at a 2A school, and I've got roughly 60 total kids. He's got 70 plus kids. We got 20 cheerleaders. We've got probably, I would say 85% of our school is involved in something extracurricular, and that's important to us. It's important that the kids are involved in doing other things. So a lot of respect for the extra time that those people put in. Mr. Seaborn, he's there. Some days he's there over the summer when we're there for summer workouts, getting ready for their camp and getting them ready to go. So he's a veteran at this and done it for a long time, but does a good job, and they make a lot of noise for us on Fridays.
No doubt about it. Head football coach and athletic director of BB Comer, Adam Fossett. The Tigers take on Dadeville tomorrow night. It's a 0 week game. Explain exactly what 0 week means.
0 week is just a non-region week, and you have 11 weeks to set up 10 weeks of games, and you don't have to play 10 games. As long as you play your region games, you could literally just play region games if you wanted to. I like playing non-region games. I like playing a week 0 game. As far as standings and region titles and playoff standings and stuff like that, this game has no meaning. So this is a game to really get the kinks out, and you think, well, a jamboree is what that's for. Well, a jamboree is to get the rust off, and the week 0 game is to get the kinks out and to see it live. So, jamboree-wise, offensively, varsity guys ran 15 plays. Well, we'll run 15 plays in the first quarter tomorrow night. So longevity of where we are and how we are, live special teams. So we've got this is a good one to. I don't want to roll out and play a region game right off the bat without having played a full game. So we got this game, and then we go to Childersburg before we open up region play against Woodland at home.
Special teams. You got some good special team play last week.
Yeah, man. Noah shocked me a little bit, and that was. I honestly wanted to test his range. You look at the whole game aspect of it, based on the game and how we were moving the ball on fourth down, I probably would have gone for it. To be honest with you, we probably would have lined right back up and ran the same play, and had a little eighth grader in there running at the time, Dalen Borden. He took off, but I really wanted to see Noah's range and see where he was, and he hits a 41-yarder with a significant amount of space to go. So
I bet that fired everybody up.
Yeah, it did. it was pretty neat to see. And can we do it against a rush? Can we do it live? Can we do it? We may find out. It's always good to have an added weapon. So, and it's funny because headsets. I told the coaches, I said, we get in a fourth down situation, I'm gonna let Noah kick one. Well, I didn't say a word to any of those guys, and none of the varsity guys had played. It was all the younger guys playing, but they already knew if we did special teams that they were going in because young guys weren't going to do special teams. So I didn't tell Noah anything. I didn't want him to think about it. I didn't want him to worry about it. So we got a fourth down. I just called field goal, and they took off out there like, and that was the impressive part to me is. They all ran out there. We got set and got it off. So, and those guys hadn't played at all for a quarter because I had taken them out of the game. So they were focused and paying attention.
Noah Wimmer is one of those guys who plays for you as well, other than your special teams guy. But he's gone to camps and stuff like that, and he's worked hard at his craft.
He has. He's gotten better. He's worked hard. Noah's a character. Like Noah and I have a love-hate relationship some days, and some days he drives me crazy. But he cares. He wants to be there. He wants to be involved. He wants to help. He wants to be part of it. And people like during the season, we may not line up for another 41-yard field goal just based on how things are going. But there's a lot of factors into it too, because if he's been playing defense all night too, he's not going to be as fresh as he was there. So, so you gotta play all that in your head when you're making those decisions. And man, as head coaches, there's decisions I wish that we could get back a lot of times. But at the end of the day, you've got very little time to make those decisions. So, but Noah does. I'm proud of the way he's grown and matured. And Noah as a freshman and Noah as a senior are two different kids. So.
All right, tickets for tomorrow night's game.
All right, so tickets will be on GoFan for $8, and whatever their fee is, and then you can buy tickets at the gate, at the front gate only, and there'll be 10 at the gate.
Okay.
So. Trying to figure all this out has been interesting, and as a county system, we're trying to stay consistent. I've seen where some schools are charging 10 on GoFan and 15 at the gate. I don't think we're at that point.
It's a little pricey, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a little much. But yeah, we're trying to be consistent with that. We do have season parking passes that we're selling. In that north end zone parking lot close to the scoreboard. They're $50 for the season. That would include any postseason games, and you have a reserved parking space. They'll be selling. They sold them yesterday. They'll sell them again today. Today they'll sell them in the front of the school I think it's from 5 to 6. Somebody will be set up there to sell those. If you buy one of those parking passes, you would have to walk around to the front to use cash. Or you can go right in the gate, right next to the scoreboard there, if you have a GoFan ticket.
All right. Kickoff 7 o'clock tomorrow night. B.B. Comer hosting Dadeville in 0 week. Coach Adam Fossett, the head football coach, the B.B. Comer Tigers. Coach, we'll see you next week. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
More Daybreak right after this.